What is good, boys and girls? Day 307 of putting in the work. Yeah, we're gonna get going. It's the 4th of March. So let's lock in and get this bag. No, we're not gonna actually make money. We're just gonna backtest. So let's lock in and get the skill. I think that will be all. Uh, let's get going. Okay, so let's start on the new day here. Well, you can see yesterday was quite bullish, so that's the first thing I check on the daily time frame. Like, okay, are we probable to have a continuation, or are we most probable to have a reversal? So, well, it's more probable that we could have a continuation. So, what would happen? First thing I noticed is we have an unfilled gap here. So I'd like price to show me more confidences that it might draw to this unfilled gap. Well, even though ES doesn't have one, it's also possible that NQ could already be in a gap, but these relatively equal lows are actually good. You can see like these lows here are also more liquidity. So we've also inversed this gap. So I'd like to price simply this place here, then go higher later. So that's my analysis on the way price is looking as of now. You can see like right at open would draw towards that 4-hour gap, and yeah, that's why I want to see prices place high, even though now there is no inversions. But I'm quite confident that price will displace higher sometime soon. Well, now here we have a crazy consolidation. I mean, a couple of liquidity runs, a small SMT here, and a small gap inversion right here. Let me see how big it is. It's around 1 point actually, so I think maybe we might try this out and see how it goes. So let's do longs like this, stop at this low here. Now see if you can distribute all take away this low resistance, and this relatively equal highs would be like a, I don't know, 3R kind of trade. Okay, so let's do the trade like this, and bang, you can see it gets stopped out right away. I would have loved to move to break even like at this low here, but since price was kind of choppy, well, I'd say it wasn't a bad loss in my opinion. Let's see if we get another like remanipulation leg like below these lows, would be better. So let's see, you can see the manipulation gets put in right there. So now I will genuinely wait for like a 2-minute to inverse in this kind of situation, for which so we can inverse right away. It's at 10:33. I still think price could deliver higher after this price leg here manipulated this good, and the 2-minute has just inversed, so it's most probable that price could start delivering higher, like probably to these draws and even higher. Well, it's quite delusion to see if we can get a 3R, but with these draws we might as well get it. We never know. Let's see if this higher gets run. I would move to break even. Looks like price doesn't want to run higher at all. We're gonna get stopped out right here. Yeah, very crazy. So I didn't want to move like at this high because it will be some dodgy type shit, like it moves to break even real early. But damn, okay, so now we started to distribute higher after I thought the price was starting to play around. Now we have another 5-minute inversion. I don't know why I keep trying out longs even though the 1 hour is looking so crazily bearish. Okay, let's try the last long and see if maybe we can run these lows here. I mean these highs here. It would be very low RR. Actually, that's not very low R. I thought it was gonna be like 1-to-1 kind of thing. You can see he take profit right away, and it's gonna continue to the initial draws that we had. I don't know why I have a feeling that it might continue all the way to these lows. But you can see we end up squeezing out a good decent win, even though we're still down on this day. But yeah, it's not that bad. Let's go to the next trading day here. So we still failed to deliver higher this day. Like the previous day, we dropped heavily and we retraced slowly by slowly. Now checking the 1 hour here, we are retracing into some sort of like discount of this whole move right here. So there's a possibility we might tap into discount, but if we don't, it will be great because we will be rejecting this gap here, then displace higher because my draw is higher. So I would like to see how price reacts right off open. You can see right the inversion right there, and a tap into the 5 minute. I'm checking the 15 minute. It's also a tap into this 15 minute here. So let's wait a little bit. You can see that okay, after having this liquidity run, we shift in structure, and then we retrace to some sort of like OTE. I think this is OTE kind of stuff. Yeah, you can see we close like right inside of the OTE. It's not that I don't, it's just that I don't trade OTE, but this is a good rejection. Okay, got a 15-minute gap retracement. Now here is where I'd like to see if we can accumulate some longs actually. Well, it will be quite risky to try out longs in this area, but I still think price could be bullish. Consider, well, price is obviously bullish because we have a very beautiful SMT at these lows, and I would have loved to enter at these gaps like right here, but price embraced quite a little bit higher. So that means like this will be an aggressive kind of entry where I would see like, well, price displays like all the way to these highs, very low RR, but like trail very aggressively. And this is the stuff that I was saying. It's like some dodgy type shit. It's not something that I would do on a regular basis. Let's see if we might hit those highs actually. And yeah, break even. Was really expecting this, and take profit. Can't trust these things. Anyways, not a bad trade in my opinion. Just that, you know, this entry was a little bit screwed up. Maybe if we entered on a lower time frame, maybe we'd get a better chance. Just that I didn't want to put my odds against the 5 minute gap. Yeah, let's go to next trading day. So yesterday we managed to displace higher as I wanted very beautifully, but we closed lower for some reason. I think it's just still building some liquidity, nothing more, because you can see, well, remember we were looking for a discount in this range. I don't know if you remember this thing that we had drawn like somewhere here. So it's I like to think it's feeling like some kind of discount equilibrium. And see, we pushed into discount. Now we're displacing higher. So genuinely, if we have like a 2 hour, 1 hour gap, 4 hour, it will be good to see it hold. So as of now, these gaps here, there's these gaps here, which you can see closed below, but there's still chance that they could hold. So I would like to see maybe price like simply just deliver like all the way to these highs. I'm checking the 1 hour. I have a couple very huge gap here that I'd like to see getting burst, then price continues higher. So let's see how shit goes. Looks like we're not having some crazy huge retracements. So this is a good 5 minute gap retracement. Let's see, good inversion. 5 minute. was this will be a scratch trade because you don't have the best trades present themselves. Imagine longing at this high, bro, and expect it. At this high I would expect like the minimum, like only like 1 to 1, to be honest, nothing more than a 1 to 1 if I am to trade this kind of thing. I don't expect more than a 1 to 1. And we get wicked out. Okay, 15-minute gap retracement. Let's try longs again. I have a small 2-minute, like 0.5. Oof, those are some crazy wicks. Yeah, let's go to the trend to next trading day. Get a good 4 gap retracement. We might continue lower, it will be good. I have a good gap here, let's hold them. Got a good inversion like right here, so well, if we trade shorts we be doing something like this where I would trail aggressively, but then look for these relatively close to get tapped into, and these ones actually for a full 4R. For example, with this displacement, obviously trail to break even. I mean, there's a possibility that price could just spiral higher right now, so let's secure the break even and see if maybe it displaces lower. And see if it fails when it was displacing quite good. So sometimes price wants to play mind games. Look at this closure, look at this closure, look at this closure, but it offered a 3R. Okay, conditions ain't good these days. Let's go to the next trading day, New York AM. Very beautiful gap here, but we've inversed, so I'd like to play things slow. First off, we have Asia right here, and see like it pushed heavily. Then London, what did it do? Run the high. So there's a probability, high chance, that New York will come to where? This low. So with that kind of daily profile in mind, actually I think there's an indicator for like the whole session. Okay, let's see. I think we can add the London session as well. Asia session, London session. Bro, I can't see London session here. Okay, no, I don't want no lines. Okay, London. Okay, so you can see that London managed to displace higher, run this high, so there's a possibility we could displace all the way to these lows, but we just have to wait and see what actually plays out and how it will actually play out. So right at open, run on liquidity. Remember, we have run the London low, so there's a possibility that we could just like start flying higher from now on instead of like dropping, as I think that we could. So you can see like we directly fly higher, run these London highs. Okay. Okay, get a small 15-minute gap retracement. Could have entered earlier, but it looks like there's nothing to enter off of right now. $15-minute gap retracement. I would like to see if this is a discount. Let's see, not just yet. It's not discount just yet. Oh, this 5-minute could probably impress, right? Okay, relatively close. Let's see how the 2-minute closes. They're heavily consolidating. Let's see if we can. Okay, we get a run actually right here. Leaves behind an SMT with E and Q. Alright, there is a drop. Now if we're to drive higher, this will be the time. Let's see. Damn, crazy drop. Anyways, you can see we end up dropping all the way to the Asia also, but after we first do a manipulation. So let's go to a new game session. So we've been dropping. Let's see how the sessions look like though. Well, all-time highs. Yes, I think genuinely might be at all-time highs. Yes, we are at all-time highs. We've had a very good liquidity run of these highs, and the 1 hour like has dropped heavily, inversing all these gaps here. So if we are bearish, you should start dropping right away. We have an unfilled 4 hours, so we might draw to it before running to these lows, but I genuinely think like price should start dropping right away since we're bearish. Let's see where the session highs and lows are at. Let's see London lows, Asia highs, this unfilled. Yo, what happened to this thing? Bro, this light really wants to play with me. So you get a very heavy in this thing, very rejection from that area. Yo, what is good, Alex? Damn, the stream is lagging again. Okay, looks like the bitrate is fixed. Okay, what's good, Alex? How is your trading day going? So we got a tiny bit of retracement into this gap right here. So maybe it might start rejecting and go display slower. That's what I'd like to see, like right here. Let's see how this 5-minute closes, because it will help us in the coming minutes. Let's see. Ooh, heavy drop, very heavy drop. Okay. Okay. Still can't displace to these lows though. The 15-minute is not closing quite good. Okay, we get another retracement just yet. Took no trade today, man. Price action was confusing. Well, today I took a loss on NQ, man. They took a loss on NQ. Like I think you saw the move that happened like right at open. I'm gonna try to unload it. But yeah, I took a loss on NQ. I tried to short it. Then later I didn't see any clear opportunity, so just hopped off. Yeah, things haven't been going great today, but yesterday I managed to get a small win. You also saw that short? I think where did I take that short? According to I think it was like the 3 minute kind of area, like was somewhere here. Like after this, we had a liquidity run right here. You can see these highs were run, and when you scroll here, well, we had a 4 hour here in these areas, and I don't know why it's delaying to load. So this we had this liquidity run here, and a very good like inversion that I wanted to take opportunity of this. So I think I entered somewhere like here. I was targeting for price like to break through these here. So one thing I did, I would have tried to break even real quick. Shorts for something like this. Yeah, but yeah, actually the longs did play out later, but then the longs kind of didn't match like the strategy that I trade, because the longs were really good. Like with these retracements, when you got the 1 minute, you can see that we retraced very beautifully. And price was moving quite even good on the 1 minute. You can see like here on the 1 minute, after having all these liquidity runs, you can see it distributed higher, then retraced. So on these wait, why is my screen lagging again? Give me a second. Okay, yes. So I was saying that yeah, price was simply displacing higher. Yeah, my screen was lagging, Alex. I don't know what's wrong with my OBS lately. I think it's some storage related systems. I'm currently looking for a way to fix it, or maybe if I'll play like if I'll pay for Apple Cloud and stuff like that. So yeah, price is was displacing higher like around here. So I saw people call some crazy longs here. Actually, you know TJR and the dude that he's coaching, Timmy. They also got these longs here. But another opportunity I actually found that I could have taken would be somewhere here. Like on this 15-minute gap retracement, I saw that there was a 5 minute retracement. You can see it right here on this discount 5 minute inversion right here. This could have been good longs in my opinion. Like entering here, having my stop like at this low and targeting this high here. And moving to break even once we tap into this 5 minute. Obviously you can see it would have been a good 10-minute trade. Yeah, so yeah, this is basically the trade I think that could have played out. That it happened actually in the macro as well. So this is the trade I could have taken, but I was done for the day. I didn't want to take any more trades for the day, but this was the other A plus setup that was presented in my eye. Yeah, I guess that's it. Just give you like a market recap of how I was seeing the markets today. Let's continue with some backtesting. So as of now, we're kind of displacing higher. Don't even remember where I was at. Let's check. 4 hour. Right, let's see how's price now. Oh, we have these draws here, low resistance. Ooh, you don't trade after 11. It wasn't actually after 11 though. It wasn't after 11. It was in the macro. It was like around 10:55, a few minutes before 11. Well, it was in the macro. Like, well, first the trade would end like in the first 5 minutes of 11. But yeah, just gotta abide by the rules. So it looks like price isn't looking that clear right now. Well, I'd like to see price just break through lower, but since this 4 hour wants to close bullish, this only indicates one thing: we're gonna break through to this high here and a couple more highs, and obviously probably continue higher. Let's zoom this in. Yeah. By the way, recently you told me that you wanted to trade with some futures pro firms. Have you started dealing with the futures pro firms yet, or you're still doing with the you're still dealing with the CFD pro firms? We've got a small 5-minute gap retracement. It's not that strong. Rather, let's wait and see what we can get later in the day. I think we're about to have a good 5-minute closure here. Damn, that's good. You got funded, man. Congrats. Or you still doing the eval? So we have a good liquidity run right here, and well, some sort of inversion. I still think price could probably displace higher if there ain't anything that could block it, because as of now, I think it was like the PO3 of the candle that was building up, and as you can see, we dropped lower. So maybe we should start displacing higher sometime soon. So we have a good fair value gap right here, and very good IFVG. So I'd like to see price just start displacing higher. So let's see, we have well, this is the obvious first row, but it might draw all the way to these highs here and these highs here. Actually, this is the previous day high, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, previous day high. You're still doing the eval, but it's the lucid one manually, since there's a 50% consistency of 1 and 2 on CPI. Oh yeah. You can take shots on that. By the way, Apex has some crazy new rules. Like, I saw the evals and I'm like, damn, these evals are fine, because scaling on Apex is quite easy, but the focus right now is try to get another payout and stuff. Trade patiently and see if you can get another payout. Yeah, so I think this is one of the places where it will get stopped out of breaking, because once price runs this high, I don't want to stay in this move, considering that we have an SMT. So I would rather trail here, like have my stop around here. Let's see. Yeah, I can see you get stopped out right away. Let's see if like right after getting stopped out, like right after trailing to break even, price like shoots directly to the highs. Damn. Okay. Just some stuff that happens to me while in the market. I haven't quite looked into it, but for now I'm not worried about scanning. I want to get fine, get better fast. Yeah. Get a payout, man. Get a payout and enjoy it. And yeah, thank you, man. Thank you, Alex. Thank you for showing up. Have a great time, man. Have a great time for sure. See ya. Let's go to the next trading day here. New York AM session. Actually, I think here price was rejecting this consequent encroachment of this wick, then the retrace lower. So I'd like to see price start displacing higher today. can see we've reversed a couple of gaps, so I'd like price to just start displacing where to this high, probably, because we might as well burst this gap here. I don't think it was inversed, fully inversed, if I can say so. So I'm checking the 1 hour. Oops, in the chat. Yeah, so checking the 1 hour right here. Let's see, these highs are good, these highs are good, so I think I'll wait for the next possible retracement right here. Let's see if maybe I can take longs today. So right, I'll open. Something is always wrong with this thing. Here. Okay, yeah. So price was simply heading higher from this 5 minutes, and these places even lower into, well, can't say technically it ran this low. The low here was 7.677. This was 7.67. So it's relatively equal lows. I think they might get a run sometime later, if not soon, actually, after this inversion the price just presented, and the fact that it has just run this high here. I think these relatively equal lows are very good draw, and I would move to break even after that, then target these London lows as well. On the 1 minute I'll be taking shorts, stop around this high, then target these lows as well. Ooh, yeah, this I said I'll move to break even after this, so this would obviously be another break even. So I don't know why we're not having like price that's in some sort of continuation, because that's where I trade efficiently. These kinds of situations, you can see, like after price drops up, like I wouldn't get anything from this kind of price action, but these relatively colors were actually a very beautiful draw in my opinion. So we still failed to displace lower. Well, for ES, yes, we were still displacing higher, so we might as well just try out longs. Okay, price is kind of reaccumulating. 1 hour gap once again, and then it breaks lower. Bro, why did these shorts have to work out like at a later time? Tracing to a 15-minute. Let's see how this 15-minute closes. Not a good closure in my opinion. I'd like to see it just start dumping lower to these lows. And for example, you can use this 5-minute inversion right here to short and see if we can hit these lows here and have my stop around here for one-to-one kind of situation. So seeing for a one-to-one kind of situation like this one here. And then it gets stopped right away. So very crazy market conditions. Anyways, I'm gonna end the backtesting session right here. See you all next time. Stay blessed. Peace.